JVN Dr. Anamika Aherwal, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the topic Introduction to Modern Productivity Technique, Part 2. In this session, I would like to tell you about the ways to improve productivity and quality of products. Okay, so it is you can say productivity is the vital role, or you can say vital role to develop a high rate of productivity in the business, because it is the foundation of the business future growth. So you can say there are many ways by which productivity can be increased, and these are the some points which I am discussing here in this session. The first way is the you can increase through these points, like adoption of up-to-date technology in machines and equipment. Second is the implementing a proper system of managerial planning and control. Another is the effective time management, maintenance of work facilities in factories, standardization and automation of mass production, empower employees by providing training and an environment conducive for personal as well as organizational growth. So, let workers participate in management, provide a flexible work schedule instead of rigid working hours. Clear communication should be there between management and workers. So, the following are the ways for improving productivity and quality of products. Like, the first way is the combining the resource for production. Means you can combine the resources so that you can increase your production. In simple, means managers attempt to utilize the resources just described in a manner that achieves production at a low cost. So they combine the various resources with the use of workstations and assembly lines. A workstation is an area in which one or more employees are assigned a specific task. A worker station may require machinery and equipment as well as employees. So, an assembly line consists of a sequence of workstations in which each workstation is designed to cover specific phase of the production process. The production of a single product may require several workstations, with each station using employees, machinery and materials. Since the cost of all these resources using with the building can be substantial, efficient management of the production process can reduce expenses, so which can convert into high profits. So in simple, you can say, if we use the resources in an efficient manner to increase the production, so there are the managers and the employees who are of course using the resources, but managers are just controlling or monitoring, you can say, and the provide resources, but the employees are just using those resources to increase the productivity. Okay, the second way is the selecting a site. This is also important one. A critical discussion in production management is the selection of a site, that means location for the factory or office. So location can significantly affect the cost of production and therefore the firm's ability to compete against other firms. This is especially true for industrial firms such as Bethlehem Steels and Daimler Chrysler, which requires a large investments in plant and equipment. Now there are some factors also which are affecting the site decisions. So in this the most relevant factors are identified below are: first is the cost of workplace space. Means the cost of purchasing or renting workplace space can vary significantly among locations. Okay, so this tends to be higher in certain regions like regions like office rental rates are generally higher in the northeastern states than in other areas. So this is the you can say one of the major region with why companies located in northern cities northern sites or you can say uh, so that they have relocated to the south during the last 10 years. Okay, second is the cost of labor. The cost of hiring employees varies significantly among locations. Salaries within a city tends to be higher than salaries outside the city for a given companies. Salaries are also generally higher in the north than the south for a given occupation. This is another reason why many companies have relocated to the south. Another is the tax incentives. Some local governments may be willingly to grant tax credits to attract companies to their areas. The government offers these incentives to increase the employment level and improve economic conditions in the area. The fourth one is a source of demand. If a firm plans to sell its product in a specific location, it may establish its plants there. So the cost of transporting and servicing the product can be minimized by producing at a site near the source of demand. Now the fifth one is the access to transportation. Uh, when companies sell products across the nation, they can choose a site near their main source of transportation. They also need to be accessible so that materials can be delivered to them. Some factories and offices are established near interest highway, rivers or airports of this region. Now the next one is the supply of labor. Firms that plan to hire specialized workers, these must be able to attract the laborers needed. So they may choose a location where a large supply of workers with that particular specialization exists. So the another way is the selecting the design and layout. This is also the important one. Once a site for a manufacturing plant or office is chosen, the design and layout must be determined. So the design indicates the size and structure of the plant or office. The layout is the arrangement of the machinery and equipment within the factory or office. The design and layout decisions directly affect operating expenses because they determine the cost of rent, machinery and equipment. They may even affect the firm's interest expenses because they influence the amount of money that must be borrowed to purchase property or machinery. The fourth way is the production control. Once the plant and design have been selected, the next step is the firm can engage in production control. So for this, it involves the following like purchasing materials, inventory control, routing, scheduling. Uh, in the next one is the you can say the formulas of productivity. index, you can find out the productivity through this, like productivity of following like current period and productivity of the base period. So this can be measured the productivity index. So the example here is, if the base period productivity is calculated to be 1.75 and the higher and the following periods like current period productivity is calculated as 1.93. So you have to calculate this productivity index, this divided by the base period. So this would indicate that the firm's productivity has increased 10% of the productivity of the base period. This is another example. Like if the current period of productivity measurement fell to this, then the resulting productivity index is this. And following are the some formulas, like labor productivity. This is the total productivity index, means total productivity of current divided by the total productivity of the base period. And same for the labor productivity, management productivity, machine productivity, land productivity, material productivity index, energy productivity index. So this is all about the productivity index. You can calculate through these formulas. And this is all about today's session, and this session powered by digital version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.